Good morning, listeners and viewers. Got Nick Savage here again in the next episode of Enlight-N-Dine. Remember, it's www.enlight-and-dine.com with the next episode of The Savage Truth regarding where, like I said, we're covering mind, body, and spirit for all the student athletes and athletic families out there, or any other party that needs to keep it going and learn how to build their network and get to accomplish your dream or goal and execute at the highest level of your potential. Today, as I said, we're going to be dealing with the spirituality piece, mind, body, and spirit. I think this is a great time of the year for it. The holiday seasons, whether it's Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, and any other celebration that's going on. And also in light of the fact of the issues that we're having, we won't go into that deeply, but the beliefs as far as all this controversy right now, tragedies as it relates to ISIS. So why am I saying that? Because belief that's what makes up, just like water makes up most of our body. The belief system is what drives most people. I mean, if you don't have a belief system, that's a belief system. And if you have one, I truly believe, getting to the point as far as student athletes and athletics, you end up, once you know you have the physical ability or you can get to it, 90% of it becomes the belief. So first, let's start with where you need to begin. Just like if you went into the mall and you're trying to figure out where to go shopping, always a good point to go to first is that, where are you? Because if you don't know where you are, you don't know what stores you go into when you go into the mall. You need to figure out where you are. So in order to get to the goal or accomplishment, because as the book says, goals are nothing but dreams with deadlines. Just like when you walk to the mall, you need to know, where do you plan on shopping? I know some people I got friends, they just go walk in the mall and spend 5 hours and they enjoy that. And that's how a lot of people live as well. You know, really get caught in the journey too much in some cases to me, because they forget what they're trying to get done. And so you end up buying or inheriting a lot of things you necessarily didn't want or need. And that's what I see with a lot of my clients and kids. And that's, they really forget why they're doing what they're doing. Maybe doing it for mom, maybe doing it for dad, maybe doing it because of reputation, maybe doing it because the family used to do it, maybe do it because the family is doing it. Example, if you have an athlete who's a professional dad, that puts pressure. No pressure, any different than if you are what I call a pastor's kid. If your dad or mom's a pastor, you might feel the pressure to become a pastor. Not necessarily because they told you to. It may just be because you look up to your parents and you want to get accepted. So that's where we got to begin, that belief system of where you are and who you are. So in order to get accomplished, I like what our star Steph Merritt said, is start from the end and work backwards. So if you want to get a scholarship to X school, act like you're going to get it first. Be realistic about it and be authentic about it. And then try to figure out where you got gaps. The sun's coming out now, as you see, and I'm getting lighter and brighter. So first things first. So say, for example, you say you want to go to a large university in Virginia. Well, and you're 14 years old. Let's say you're 12 years old. Are you doing the things that it requires to get there? So work backwards. So are you getting the grades? Are you doing the workouts? Are you actually, honestly, are you starring or getting it done? You don't have to be a star at that point, but you have to be getting something done. I mean, what I mean by that is you should be productive on the field or court, to keep it realistic as you're building this plan up. So first things first, you got to understand and believe in yourself. One of the biggest things, if you come to me, a lot of people come to me for speed, not just for sports specific. But the first thing you have to do is think you're fast. If you want to build speed, you got to think you can become fast. Because if you don't, there's a whole lot of bluffing that goes on because you don't do the drills as requested, or the drills as I give them to you, or at the same time, there's something special if you think you're fast. Okay, that you cannot get there if you don't think you can get faster. Once you get that done, you execute the drills, and you actually have a better attitude when it comes time to perform. Same thing with your sport. It's so important to believe in what you're doing, and reinforce it. So how do you build that belief? Like I said, test yourself constantly. The kids and clients in my program, we're always timing. We're always timing. So that way it's not a surprise. So preparation is a major piece of that. If you don't prepare, you don't feel the belief. At least that's how most people cut. So really understand how you cut as well, because everyone's not cut that way. Some people, some of the best athletes or best in the world, the common thing, a lot of the two groups that I have surrounded myself around are the people that they prepare, but they really are very poised and they know how to emotionally stay right here. So their belief system is, let's just kind of stay in the middle and just get this done. They stay in the moment. What I mean by that is, you millennials out there, I know y'all take a beating, but that's something that I've seen common with a lot of millennials, and not just millennials. I mean, that's not beat up too bad. But this right here, that phone, some of the things I'll watch kids and clients do is they're here. They're here. They're at a show. They're not watching the show. They're here. Same thing when you're performing. You are the show. So you're not looking in the stands. You're not trying to text everyone, hey, you need to get this picture of me at the game. Yeah, I know it's a little absurd, but a lot of times when you're talking to a coach, when you're talking to a teacher, when you're talking to a mentor, a lot of the folks I deal with, they're not in the moment. They're into this. They're into making sure someone else knows what they're doing instead of doing. So what can happen in a lot of cases, you miss the moment. Sometimes you miss the great moment, and that's one of the things you need to be aware of. I've had my lessons, where if I had known that was the moment, that you learn to be in that moment instead of emotionally detaching because you're either upset or hurt. Then you just try to get in that moment and stay in that moment and just think about getting it done. So be in the moment. That's the second point. So believe in yourself and be in those moments, because you don't know when you're getting rated for failure. You could be in the game, you get your chance, and because it's 10 seconds in a game, basketball, you're upset. Get it done. If it's 10, 2 minutes, 20 minutes, doesn't really matter. May not matter to the person that's doing evaluating. So that can be kind of crazy. But if you're in that moment, it really doesn't matter whether it's great or poor, but you're in that moment, so you get what you can get out of that moment. I hope that makes sense. And finally, this is the big 3. Circle of influence. Surround yourself with people that can help take you to that end goal. Not necessarily drop their names, not necessarily think if they touch you, it's going to rub off on you. It's get authentic people around you who will keep it real for you, because that's what I've seen with some clients and some of the kids as well, is don't surround yourself with a bunch of yes people. One, they're either taking your money and never tell you the truth, but you feel good, or surround yourself with people that basically they make you feel good because they're somebody, so that makes you feel like you're someone. So surround yourself that can answer these two big questions for you, which we all have as a problem. I don't care whether sports or not. Get yourself people that when you are comfortable with saying, I don't know, that you have people that you can say, please help me. I don't know what to do. I don't care what you do. At some point, you don't know everything. And that's for all of us. The second one is, I need help. I've seen the biggest problem most people have, including myself, is when you hit that point, you need help. You need help. So you have to be honest with yourself to know you need help, and be able to go to someone that's authentic and say, can you help me? And that brings that third component of the final component of that, building that circle of influence. Continue to surround yourself with people that they may know more than you on what you're trying to get to, or they can just be honest from a belief standpoint on what you need to do to get there. So they don't necessarily have to be a sports expert, a goalie expert, or a shooting expert. They may be just that person to say, hey, and keep me real about how do you get your grades? How do you not let your head get big? All those type of things are important. And you really want to be aggressive about building that circle. Most people have no problem with giving advice, or truly, if you ask them for help. Don't get me wrong. And some people say, hey, I'm too busy, and they're into this. That's another topic, the whole subject of busyness. Everybody's so busy. So with that respect, you want to make sure you, one, start the process to believe in who you are and what you're trying to get accomplished. Two, make sure that you are surrounding yourself with the people that make sure that when you're setting up this goal with a deadline, that they can help carry you there. And then three, here's another big one. Like I said, you have that circle of influence now. Don't start cutting up the circle. That's the other part I see, is that once you are arriving, getting there, and you're on that mountaintop, keep that circle. Stay in touch with that circle. Don't forget where you come from. If you look at the Peyton Mannings of the world, and most people that get things accomplished, they don't cut their original folks out that help build them to where they are. That's the biggest thing about don't forget where you come from, because you're going to have to bootstrap and help somebody else up as well. But also understand, that always cracks me up, because I work with youth. Some people think this is a little kid program. Well, if you're either doing world-class training, you may just be doing world-class training for youth. That doesn't mean you don't know world-class training. And then I'll have someone go, oh, Coach Nick, I've been gone for 4 years. I never should have stopped coming. And then you might have lost it in the process. Lost your way in that shopping center, let's say, to get to, the end game. So please try to have a great holiday season, and keep, like I said, keep a strong belief in who you are, believe in the people that believe in you, and execute the vision in order to finally execute the process to get to the dream. All right. So once again, I'm signing off. You guys have a great one. www.Enlight-N-Dine.com, and look forward to talking to you in the future. Take care.